Hello friends and lovers and welcome back. Pre-recorded Haelian here for a Hades 2 run if you can believe it, and today we're going to do the ultimate Aphrodite build if possible. And I think this is something that I'd love to explore for all the gods. Can we do an ultimate build for each and just kind of showcase what the god is capable of? I can't say totally on their own, but we're going to go for many boons from them and go for the legendary and just see what kind of synergies we got going on and how they affect and possibly what the best weapon and or aspect for it. And today we are starting with Aphrodite. So Aphrodite gives very high percentages on the attacker special, so something that provides innate power would be best. So that's why I've chosen aspect of Mel for the gun here as well. So you get power for every spent shell that you have out there from your attacks. So yes, you want the balanced power and attack percentage, attack power and attack percentage well in any run like this generally. So if you have a lot of attack percentage, say because you're using aspect of Medea, that means power is going to be better for that run. Since we're starting with aspect of Mel here, that means that the percentage is going to be better. I hope that makes sense in some way. So we're going to start with the Aphrodite keepsake. We are going to go to the surface. We're going to do a pretty average Arcana setup for ourselves here. And we're going to do about 20 fear. Keep it spicy, keep it kind of interesting, hopefully. You know, these things are just kind of comfortable for me, not necessarily what I would recommend. Oh, no, I do not want forfeit on, actually. Never mind that. Maybe we will not be doing that. I think one Fang is plenty for myself. Okay, we can turn on probably one Hubris here because I don't know if we're going to be doing Omega attack stuff, but or at least not much of it. So Hubris is usually a pretty easy fear to throw on for ourselves. All right, we'll roll the seed here, and I'll explain what that is because that's probably my most frequently asked question here is what the hell is the fate altered thing? So it's a seed re-roller. So it's kind of just a way to prove I don't know what's going to be in chamber 1 here before I start a run. I have no idea. Uh-oh, though, you know. Well, we're going to have to take this, so we definitely need the attack to start ourselves off. It's tempting to take something like a Epic Shameless Attitude, but nah, you can't do it. You can't do it, for sure. So an Aphrodite build. I did look at her list of boons to kind of remind myself what we're going to want to go for here. I'm going to use an Omega attack at the start of every chamber if I can remind myself as well. Come on, hit it, hit that bird. That way we activate the Huntress from the Arcana cards. And it's very cheap, it's very quick, too. Okay, so Fetching Ray is really convenient here. Boosted Ignition does work, but power, again, isn't weighted as highly with this aspect, but it's still quite strong. After your dash or specials, your attacks are faster and have plus 15 power. So this is an interesting question here. How many attacks? One attack? Is it several attacks? Does this last a certain amount of time? Is it a number of attack? I don't know. I still don't know, actually. I should probably ask some friends or attempt to look at the code myself to figure this out. Not sure. I don't think Destructive Array is a very powerful hammer here at all. I think I'm going to do... Fetching is just too convenient. Can we agree? Fetching is just far too convenient not to take. So this thing, in case you missed it, this thing's actually got a very big buff at the start of this patch. This weapon in total. You get an extra shell. You can retrieve your shells more easily by using the special. They'll come back to you. And I think they just fire more quickly in general as well. So we do want to grab a bunch of Aphrodite. And no big Aphrodite build is complete without going for Heartthrobs, I feel. And there's 3 different gods that help with the Heartthrobs. That's going to be Hephaestus, Ares, and Apollo. Now, I'm certainly not going to say that we're going to get all 3, especially if we're trying to mostly aim for Aphrodite stuff at the end of the day. But I think the Ares one would make quite a bit of sense for us, so I'm probably going to pay attention to that, and I'll show you it as we get it. But we should probably check out Medea first here, because why not, kind of thing. But yeah, this weapon got a huge buff, and it just feels really good now, I think. I mean, not everyone feels this way about it. I'm still going to take Traces of Spirit here. Plus 5 magic per chamber is just very convenient. Make sure that we keep up with the Huntress, and if I do start swapping into using Omegas or something, it works out. So we're going to take a bunch of Aphrodite rooms to start here. And we're very capable of doing an ultimate god run because of the surface right now, too, I should say. It's really convenient to be able to do this, is what I would say, with the surface. Glamour Gain is takeable here in order to keep weak on enemies. However, it does ruin the Huntress if I want to activate it, so I'll accidentally be recovering magic that I may not want to be. So the rarity of it is actually kind of a downside as well, then, for that matter. If it was common, I'd probably take it, but is this a big deal at the end of the day? Maybe not. Maybe not so much, but Shatitude is a pretty strong boon, and we're going to want a lot of boons from Aphrodite, so I don't think I care about rolling there as long as we get something from her. I know I said we want the heartthrobs, but we're not in that big of a rush. Not yet. Not yet, at least. I should probably be tracking her legendary while I'm at it, actually. I gotta look at this. So we're not interested in Demeter, so we'll probably be rolling her door. Oh, they won't let me open the codex here. It's because I believe because there's enemies around. So we'll just go and clear this. Then we'll track the legendary. I know that we want the heartthrobs. Her legendary is not one I usually go for. I don't hate it. I don't think it's as good as it sounds is one way I would describe it, though. It says every time you apply a weak. Oh, right, so we're going to need a weak application, no doubt. Well, I guess we'll read the legendary in case you're not familiar with it, so I'm just not quoting a random thing that you might not know what it says. Come on. Okay. So Rapture Ring, I think, is going to be pretty good here. So let's go to offerings. Nervous Wreck. Whenever you inflict weak, also randomly inflicts curses from other Olympians. Oh, Shameless Attitude was one of the things. That's perfect then. So now you just need a weak application. So Glamour Gain works. Rapture Ring works. You wouldn't really want to do, what the hell do you even call it? I already forgot. The dash. It's just not a good way to apply weak. It's not easy. It's not as convenient as the others. The higher rarity on Rapture Ring isn't important, really. But I guess for the reasons I already stated about Glamour Gain. Although, Glamour Gain's more convenient if we, assuming that we do get the legendary, right? I don't know. These are both fine. You know, the rarities aren't important here for us. I'll do Glamour Gain. I am a Glamour Gain denouncer. I know it's easy origination. Oh, how I know it's easy origination. No one lets me forget how easy it is at applying origination. But I don't personally find it... it's not... If I need the magic from it, because I'm using a lot of Omegas, it's not enough magic. What the... I don't know if I've ever seen this. I don't think I've ever seen that. Well, that was interesting.
Aphrodite.
So we could get the legendary here, but I'm not going to force it. There's the Heartbreaker to get that going. It is common, which is... This is one that I do care about the rarity, but what can you do? I know we're not using magic yet, but maybe in the future. We still have quite a few doors left. I would like to get the Ares. Quite a few doors left. Oh, wait, no, I don't. I only got 2. I would like to pick up Ares, but we might just have to end up picking up a lot of Aphrodite. Now, I know in Hades 1, I used mods to make sure we only get 1 god, and that was kind of interesting. So why don't I do that in Hades 2? Well, I don't think that mod exists yet. It hasn't been created. And I haven't been able to create it for myself either, for that matter. But with the Surface, you can kind of do a run like this without using mods anyway. Like, you've seen how many Aphrodite boons we've already had, right? Ooh, not Zeus. Okay. Now, it is possible I should have filled a slot instead of going for the legendary, instead of going for the Heartbreaker back there, but here we are. Here we are. I should probably spend at least 1 roll here. Yeah, just 1. Hoping that the legendary gets offered as well. Woo. It would be quite convenient right now, just so origination goes. Okay, so none of these are particularly interesting anyway. Oh, Secret Crush is okay for us. I know you can fill a slot, but that's a pretty good epic. Okay, so now we get 1 more chamber. So I think now we're gonna have to accept Ares here instead of spending our last 3 rolls of trying to make Aphrodite fit in the last door. It's just not very likely that she even does that at this point. So Ares, they have a duo boon where you can get some heartthrobs via the blood drops. Blood drops potentially not that interesting here with this weapon. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Let me check out what we need for this exactly. You need a way to generate blood drops, so visceral impact or profuse bleeding. So, question is, do we get to roll this or not? And that's kind of tough to say, because we got a good amount of Aphrodite boons here. You could take Sword Ring, you could take Mutual Destruction, which is okay in its own way. I kind of like that boon anyway. Maybe we do just take this instead of praying or being on a hope and a prayer. I did take Rocky out just because I felt fairly comfortable, and I knew we weren't going to need magic very much. With no guarantee that we get the Afro Legendary. There's Visceral Impact at least. That'll be nice. Nothing in here. Okay. And it's time to go. I do have the 5-minute deadline on, so we can't really waste too much time goofing around here. F is in. So you could take his special, for instance, in order to try to get more heartthrob stuff. I don't know if I'm that convinced on it, but Hef is generally a good god to have out here. There's Anvil Ring. It has to be the special if we want the duo. Love handles. Yeah. Or, oh, okay, the dash would have worked. Oh, the dash does work. It has a shorter cooldown. You know what? I'm honestly willing to take it. Anvil Ring's okay. It is okay, but I guess just for the purpose of it being a mostly Aphrodite run, we should activate the duo. What do you think? Do you agree? Okay, my friend. So while we don't have a ton going for us, this is just like a really, really simple build that just works really well. It's just high... It's like surprisingly high damage for what you got going on, right? Look at all the blood drops here. So I don't think blood drops are very meaningful in this because you're mostly held back by the number of shells that you have. You definitely got to remember to use my magic here. But Glamour Gain is restoring it anyway. Okay, very good. It felt comfortable, that's for sure. It felt comfortable. So now we just really want more Aphrodite, but we can't force her to appear anymore, unfortunately. But we'll do the best that we can. We're down to 2 rolls. We're down to 2. So, do I try to force one of their duos? Potentially not. You could rarefy one of the random boons. The worst one to rarefy would be Glamour Gain by far. Athena wouldn't be a terrible choice to pick up later on. But it is fun. Just please don't hit Glamour Gain. Please don't hit Glamour Gain. No, come on! There were so many options. Even the dash could have been interesting, assuming that we eventually get the legendary, because it would have decreased the cooldown on it, right? It could have been interesting. So the reason why I'm recording a Hades 2 run not from my stream, like I do 99% of the time, is because we're playing it out. No spoilers, I promise. We're playing a great game that just came out called Blue Prince. All I will say about it is I highly recommend it. Or come check out the stream and ask my thoughts about it. I won't say anything more. You can look it up yourself if you're thinking about the game, because the game's coming back with raving reviews, and I can give it the same. That's all I will say about it. Amazing game, check it out. But at the same time, I'm still kind of hooked on the Hades 2. I'm still having a good time with it. I still want to keep playing it right now. Too many games to play all at once, though, you know what I mean? There's too many. Okay, we got some money. So Zeus is our 4th god. Storm Ring is generally just a nice cast boon. Air quality shouldn't do anything, even if we were to activate it. Could put Blitz on the special, but I don't know if I'm going to make great use of that. What is their duo again? Oh, it's right. I don't really want their duo Romantic Spark, so I will fill in the cast from Zeus here then. Because if we fill in the special, that means it's possible that we'll be offered their duo boon, right? And I don't want that to even be a possibility. Oh my god, why are there so many? My god, that was just like a lot of enemies, honestly. Is this Heracles? Oh, I thought it was going to be Heracles, but no. Pew, 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 pew. Okay. This is an interesting zone, right? Because there's only ever one exit when you leave from any one chamber, which means that you don't really get a lot of control over what's going on here. In terms of the chambers you get relatively similar control over the rewards, I suppose, similar to other places. So now that we have 4 different God's Boons, that means that the game will only offer us those 4 gods in the future, naturally, unless I put on like a keepsake of someone else's. That's kind of nice to know, since there's a couple duos we're going for here. The only god that we really don't want to see more of is Zeus. Did I talk about the seed reroller at the start of I like how I brought it up, but then I didn't really like explain it at all, probably. If you're looking to just unlock it, I believe you gotta beat Typhon Chrono 7 times each, get the 16th Pure Statue, and then the incantation can appear. No promises. Or you can then use it there. You might be wondering, why does the Seed Reroller, or Fate Alterer, or whatever you want to call it, why does this mechanic exist? I guess I can explain that. I believe we have what we need for their duo. Don't know if I want to spend a roll to try to get it, though. Okay. We gotta pray that we see Aphrodite again. Oh, still didn't get it. Well, it's a good mutual destruction, at least. I don't really care about the Vow of Hubris right now. More attack power, sure, just because the other 2 aren't very meaningful here. Mystery Boon. I think at this level of fear, I will be taking some cheap max health, such as. I mean, so why did they introduce this when it wasn't in Hades 1 that you could reroll? In order to prove that you didn't know what was in the first chamber, if you're like recording a run of the game, you would need to show a death or like a victory, you know, in the same footage. So I guess maybe this is a bone to speedrunners and or challenge runners. It's an interesting thing. I never would have thought that they would add it, at least not in the way that they did. Tall order, huh? Probably not. I don't think we'll get it going if I were to guess. Former wind is just kind of a lot to ask for, whereas travel deal, I kind of like. Ooh, nice. Okay, please, 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 please. We might spend our last roll here. I don't know. Like, you could be using it casually if you start a run, you know, and you don't like what you get offered in Chamber 1. It's like, I just want to do this again because I didn't get, like, an attack boon or something like that. So I just want to try again. Like, you could be using it. You could be. I can't really speak for casual or new players, that's for sure, right? I guess you can't be a new player if you have it unlocked, I suppose. Okay. I might underestimate how much players are willing to reset a run if they didn't get the kinds of boons that they're looking for here. God, not only is Charybdis like the longest mini-boss ever, it hit like a ton of bricks too, kinda. Okay. Legendary, yay, we did it. I don't have to reset the run. Whenever you inflict weak, also randomly inflict curses from other Olympians. Bonus random curses 3. It is a cool duo. I can definitely give them that. Into a trial, huh? Interesting. It is a cool duo. I like it in general. This is easiest here, I don't know. Do I like it? Okay, so it's a cool duo. I'd say I generally like it. But I would also say that it's slightly underwhelming. Slightly. Only slightly, really. So we could actually be applying Blitz with it, which would be nice. I'm thinking we actually do Lightning Lance for once, since we are using ranged a lot. And allows me to kind of stand back while also igniting the cast up, right? I don't often take the throwable cast because it just doesn't often suit with my builds, but in this circumstance, I believe it do. I believe it do. Oh my god, there's more. Down to 27. Come on, Hermes. Where's that max health, baby? There we go. Perfect. I'm just tuning up mutual destruction. That's all it is, right? We don't care about his special, really. All three of these are essentially meaningless. You could take his special just to fill in the slot. We don't have their duo yet, so I guess I could roll for that. That would probably be the most meaningful duo now if we could get it. So I guess... Oh, wait, we can't get it because we're in a trial. Italian mistake. Then we're going to take single elimination. Tally a mistake. Okay. 1, 2, 3. 2 encounters, 1 encounter. 150. I'm going to quick deliver this one. It did restock that. I had a run recently where it didn't work for some reason. It's supposed to get restocked after travel deal. Okay. Give me the bloody drops. Double boons here. Here we go. Not the duo. Damn. We only have 3 rocks, so Rallying Cry doesn't really make sense for us. Looks like a blood spree situation. More Ares. Oh, God, it is. This time the duo. No way! There's like nothing left, hon. Well, I guess now we fill in the special. We're not going to be using it, really. Take the max health from here. I mean, the blood drops, we get a decent amount from the boon that we have just from, like, killing enemies and or getting hit, potentially. I think Blood Spree is a boon I've taken a surprising amount of time, but I feel like it hasn't actually done a ton for me at the end of the day. This isn't really a complaint about the boon. It's that maybe I'm not as confident as I should be in a lot of runs when I end up taking it. I'm like, I better take that for safety, and then it just never ends up restoring much of any health, if anything. Oh, right, I got hit. I forgot I wasn't supposed to get hit there. Feed me my 2 health onion. We only have 60 gold for this now. How much do I need to worry about Eris here? I worry enough. I worry enough, believe it or not. What's up, Trouble? She's hard to see when you have a lot of effects, right? I'm sure I'm not the only one. It's hard to see her intentions when you got a lot of effects on the screen. So like a cast down on her and everything. You gotta watch super carefully and you can't let your mind kind of wander and like look at other things, right? Like cooldowns or whatever. You might say, what the hell cooldowns are there in Hades? Well, there is the Hephaestus boons, for instance. Let's spend some magic real quick. Where'd she go? Oh, you tricked me. Wasn't expecting that. Sniped her from a mile away. With 45 seconds on the clock, too. I think the Charybdis fight ate up quite a bit of time there for us. I don't really have regrets about finding the health there. Even if we didn't necessarily need it, it'll keep us healthy. Okay, so we can't use Athena Keepsake. Fortunately, it appears to still be bugged at this moment. I've tried it many times in the zone. It has never, ever forced Athena to spawn. Sometimes she'll still spawn naturally, though. No Fleece. Probably no Fig Leaf. We probably would do Ares just to try to make sure we get that one duo. I can't imagine anything else is going to be particularly interesting. Obviously, we would like more Aphrodite boons to kick it up some more here, right? But she doesn't have a whole lot of other things. We got Shameless Attitude. We got Secret Crush. We have a way to apply Weak. We got our Legendary. After that, you got boons like Broken Resolve. You take less damage from weakened enemies. Sweet Surrender. Weakened enemies take more damage. Life Affirmation for increased max health. That is something, a motif that she sort of has going on for her. I chose to go the Heartthrob way, though, because, I don't know, more damage equals more fun, right? Okay. Give me the gold. This first chamber in Olympus, I feel like, is often forever long. What do you got for us? Oh my god. You will give me anything but the duo, won't you? Anything. Well, cut above doesn't really make sense for us. So I guess I'm going to go rallying cry. And pray that we get... that. I'll go for the money here. I'm feeling relatively comfortable. We haven't had any more Hephaestus spoons either, huh? Did I explain Nervous Wreck and why I think it's an okay boon? I don't know if it's legendary worthy. That's what it comes down to. I guess I may be too stringent in what's best. So it only applies to curses if you're applying weak to an enemy that doesn't already have weak. So Glamour Gain is actually one of the more interesting ones, potentially. But the weak will stick to an enemy for a while after you apply it, is the thing. So you have to wait for it to fall off to get the effect again. A lot of people talk about the convenience of having origination from it, but if its main appeal is that it's applying origination, and that's pretty much it, is that really legendary worthy? There's lots of ways to get origination, you know? Oh no, they're all specials. Oh, come on. Wow, we actually got pretty screwed here, I gotta admit. It doesn't really matter what I take here. Not gonna make good use of it, that's for sure. We're not using enough magic to warrant Selene. The Blitz and the Freeze effect is definitely nice if you get it going. I will say that. It's hard to say. It's hard to say, you know? I guess in my mind, I was expecting a little more out of a legendary. Not a crazy amount more, I think. I think it's close. I think it's very close. There's definitely other things that require more attention than her legendary, though, I would say. So I'm certainly not that upset by it. Get it! Man, this boss is kind of nightmarish without any way to get rid of armor, huh? It's pretty frustrating. The middle management equivalent. Hey, it's open heart. Let's go. Whenever we collect a blood drop, create a heart throb. Hell yeah.
In we go.
That's really the first time we're going to be able to create many heart throbs here. So what can we get from Ares now? He does have another boon that, in theory, helps create blood drops. And actually, with her legendary, I guess it could make sense. We have his special, so we could get it. Which is Profuse Bleeding. Wounded enemies may drop a heart throb when you hit them, essentially. Go, Hestia. Oh my god, these guys are here right now, right? The hell was that? Grievous Blow I like better, though. I think I can say. It's just stronger. I know it's not Heartthrob blood drop stuff, but I think you really got to go for a juicy Grievous Blow right now. That's too good. That is way too good. I'm actually going to do money over a palm here. Especially with something like Travel Deal in our possession. It could be quite meaningful. We'd want to visit the shop before Prometheus. In that way, get hopefully some health back and such. Okay, charging forward like a jerk, huh? It's almost like you have the gun, too, a little bit, because you have, like, a shield charge, and you do shoot bullets, I guess, in a sense, as part of your moveset. Oh, my God. Okay, yes, please, Athena. So, again, Athena is sort of bugged in that if you use her keepsake in Mount Olympus, it won't force her to appear. However, she may still appear naturally and offer you, you know, non-epic boons. The keepsake is supposed to allow you to get epic boons. These are not good, unfortunately. Like, we're not spending magic for Righteous Pike. I don't really use a special, so I think it's Defensive Posture, which has the longest cooldown in the history of man. So it is far from a great boon, but I guess it's the one that we have. Trying to pick up some of these blood drops. Again, I don't think the blood drops are meaningful in this weapon to increase your attack speed because you're so limited by the ammo. I haven't really experimented with it much. We do have fetching array at least too, but I just don't think we have enough bullets to really make a good use of a lot of attack speed, right? Oh, man. Come on, dudes. Give me that. More Afro. I would do Afro because, again, she's the build. But we gotta check out over here for some healthy health, I think. You buy the cheap thing first since that's gonna be the most, I don't know, money. The biggest discount, right? Yeah, we're gonna buy this all, probably. Storm Ring is good. Wow. Is this an Aphrodite or an Ares build, do you think? Heinous Affront. That's actually quite good. Because it could give us blood drops because of visceral impact. Well, that's okay. Yeah, we kind of like that. We don't have any other vengeance boons, right? Yeah, no Apollo, no Zeus. So all it is visceral impact giving us blood drops. So we get like 1 extra blood drop on occasion. How far away are we from the Ares Legendary? You gotta wonder here now. I haven't been paying attention. I just didn't think so. It is a possibility. It is indeed a possibility. We got no rolls though. A minute 50? It's actually kind of spicy here. We didn't get a mid-chop, a Dio, or a fountain chamber in this zone, so. Dodge. I didn't even use an Omega attack. So interestingly, the speedrun community found that the dodge mechanic from him is mostly triggered, seems to be mostly triggered from when you use an Omega. He will kind of sit there, and then when you use an Omega, he will dodge. Middle, top, bottom. I know I'm far away, I'm not getting the Aphrodite bonus, but I mean, when he's sitting in the flames there, what can you do, right? I wish I had good advice for this guy. I recommend checking out Lee Ram Snyder's video on how to not get hit by him, honestly, if you need hints. Not the bird. Okay, we did good. Good enough. 40 seconds on the clock. Keeping it spicy, you know? Ugh. This is a fun weapon. It only got better. I wonder how everyone else still feels about this weapon, because I feel like prior to the Warsong update, it was probably people's least favorite weapon. I'm sure, I don't know. My gut instinct is that if we did a poll within the community, say on the Hades subreddit, it would be people's least favorite weapon. I think before this update, what would it have been for me? Would have been the coat. Would have been the coat for me, personally. I think you just do knuckle bones. I mean, it's just a great mix of offense and defense at the start of the Typhon fight, right? It just makes sense. There's other things you could do that are maybe more fun or funny, perhaps. We take the armor. When do you get it? 4 encounters? Yeah, we grab that too. Sure. I think the whole fetching of the bullets thing has not been vibing with people for the most part. And now it's still taking some adjustments for some to kind of like pick up on the changes, I think. So we still see a lot of people saying this weapon is still bogus. I mean, there's no accounting for preference, you know, at the end of the day. But my God, it's just so strong, I feel. I'll take another hef. Love handles. Well, it's the best thing here. It's the best thing here, that's for sure. I kind of forget that vent could be applied via nervous wreck, huh? There we go. So we're still fitting into at least the Aphrodite rhythm with 2 duos about her heartthrobs. So maybe the Ares Legendary also? Maybe? I mean, he doesn't have a lot of boons left to offer us, I don't think. We didn't take cut above, so that's kind of a good thing. So we can't be offered things related to sword drops. Oh god, it's a mess. God, I managed to kill them in like the rhythm here. Oh my god. Usually one goes down before the other. I managed to drop them at practically the same time, though. Hey, double legendary. Let's go. Sanguinary Savior. Each blood drop has improved potency and is drawn to you automatically. Honestly, it's the drawing automatically that is nice. And Rallying Cry got activated. So that won't up our attack damage, but it will up like the blood drop damage, or at least it should. We still got that armor coming for us. That's something. Let me out. That was close. Nice freeze on the big guy at the start there. This is Selene. We had no rolls for it, so nothing you can do. Okay, my darling. Without having to be in melee here, it's actually kind of nice against this tail in particular, right? I can be at a slight distance for it. Let's go, baby. All right. It's looking pretty good to me. What did our percentage get up to here? Yeah. I guess I'll take moon water? No moon water. I don't think anything here will ever get used then. It is extremely unlikely.
Total eclipse.
I can't even think of a way that it would. Okay. Still have 9 armor, so that's not too bad. Let's see. More hef is nice, but you probably should take the health. Almost certainly should take the health here. Okay, you can you afford both? I think you can. I'm pretty sure you can. Okay, good. Not the armor, though. So I can get 1 armor out of taking Trusty Shield. Obviously, that's not very meaningful. 50% larger. So that only applies to the dash, which has like a 10-second cooldown. So that's pretty insane, too. I guess it's Molten Touch for the ads, basically, here. Okay, have at thee, Typhon. I love Typhon's design. And I think the boss pattern, like the actual combat for the fight, is really well done, too. While predictable, he's still challenging at the same time. It's very hard. It feels quite different compared to others. There goes Knuckle Bones right away. We get to skip a good portion here. We got the ad in there. Okay, my friend. Woo! I think I got kind of lucky there. Yeah, I should be running out sooner. He won't do the head drop twice in a row until he's in phase 3. Come and take it. I don't know why I wanted to put down an Omega Cast, but I did. We're at the 10% in the blood drops. Holy crap, look at that attack, huh? Popping off here. We got these stupid things now. Here's the egg phase. Come on. Man, we certainly got some ads. Oh, God, everything. I'm hoping to gather them all up around here. Usually the ads aren't this big of an ish. Okay, good. We actually baited out the lasers. You can kind of do that if you're far away from them. Okay, now spam. I'm mashing the attack button. I'm mashing the attack button. I'm mashing the attack button. Wow. It was actually going really quick. I was able to attack very, very rapidly by the end there. But I was still dashing occasionally to try to not die. That was fun, though. 62% on the blood drops is a lot. There you go. Regular attack at 335,000. And yeah, when we're getting our bullets back that quickly, yeah, it's a good question how useful that is. But yeah, that was pretty strong, right? That was pretty good. That was pretty good. So the Aphrodite, well, I wound up being Aphrodite and Ares. I don't know who I got more boons. Well, apparently we got more boons from Ares because we got Hand of Ares. But this is still very much so the Aphrodite build, I think, you know, like that did a lot. Even if we had our cast or special or dash, it wouldn't make it more Aphrodite. Does that make sense? I don't think so, at least. And we tried to lean in on the heartthrobs too, and the Ares Legendary lent to the heartthrobs is the other thing. So we can highlight that. No, not that. And then all of these. Right, heinous. Oh, not heinous or front so much. Hold on. Got to get the thumbnail ready here for ourselves. Where's that bad boy? Found you. Kaboom. Very cool, right? Very cool. I think it's a fun run. I think, well, I mean, I love this weapon, and I think Aphrodite, in terms of gods to go for an all-in run, like I get a lot of this one god, she's probably not the best, but she's definitely not going to be the worst either, I would venture to guess. I'm pretty sure not, at least. Yeah, actually, it kind of depends on the weapon. But yeah, I think we did a pretty good job with the build. What do you think? Like, comment, subscribe. You guys know what's going on. If you want to see more Hades 2, always let me know in the comments that you want to see more. If you got suggestions for builds, I'm willing to hear it too. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in another video.